Hello again, my YouTube fans and people like me, your stragglers of the wanting of 1,000 subscribers. Yeah, so part of this marathon of trying to get 1,000 subscribers before the 20th of February, one of my newest subscribers that actually subscribed to me before the email came, Matthew Beal. I was trying to find the screen recording software that I used. Well, I used to use Debut, and Debut had suddenly told me that I'm no longer able to use the freebie. And I was looking for the software, and another Google circle of mine, Cyprian, said, "Why don't you just use OBS? That's the open broadcast software." And it turns out that, speaking of YouTube and the way they were doing things a year or so ago, they were encouraging people to use their streaming, and they told you that you had to download the OBS software, and I did, and I never used it. So I had it on my computer the whole time, never even realized that it was the software I should be using in the first place. And as it turns out, it was a good idea. And so also another YouTuber, subscriber of mine, Matthew Beal, in that same video that I was doing trying to search for the software, asked me if I could make a video of my Magic the Gathering cards, showing my folders, and asked me, like let people know why you need 4 of a card as a set and things like that. So, seeing as how I'm doing this marathon of asking for subscribers and trying to give you some, while I move the camera a bit, while I try to give you some content while I'm doing it. So I just, as you know, I did a video just a little while ago, a few hours ago, where I bought from Walmart because I went shopping for some things I needed, and I found these 3-packs, and I opened them up on the air. Well, I didn't get a chance to sort them yet, so I decided to bring the box over. This is actually an Hour Devastation box that I turned into Unstable. These boxes were, I have a couple of them because I bought the empty boxes from the gaming store for a couple dollars a piece. So, and I have 2 binders. One I have everything but Unstable, and the one I have the Unstable in. And that's the one I'm using for the strictly the Unstable. Mainly I'm collecting these lands, and I'm desperate to find the foil, because the foils are worth over $100. Well, they were worth $100 when they first came out. I don't know if they're worth $100 now, but these are the lands that I want to sooner or later do a video of the artist named John Avon, and I haven't gotten there yet. I'm still working on the idea of doing the marathon of the subscriber marathon. But in any case, the answer to the question as to why do you need 4 for a set. So the rules are, not that I'm really a good player because I'm still confused on the mechanics and stuff, and I wouldn't even bother trying to play the Unstable set. The Unstable set is a frivolous, comical set. Every so often they come out with this unset. This time it was called Unstable. Last time it was called Unhinged, or something like that. I know some very young kids who are in my chess club, who already know how the mechanics work and already know how to play it. I told this kid, "You got to teach me how to play, because I'm still confused with the mechanics of the first few sets that I bought." But in any case, it's something I do because I made a video about this. I chess is one of the games, and now it's Magic. It's just the card collecting. It's just a tranquilizer. I'm an old man, you know, but it's sort of a tranquilizer without the drugs. You know, it's you know, it's kind of like playing the lottery, except that you get to keep the merchandise, and sometimes you get some cards that are actually worth something. But in any case, so the reason for the 4 is because the rules are, in any deck that you build, you're, except for lands, you're not allowed to have more than 4 copies of any card. And it's quite often that you have at least 2 of a card, sometimes 1, but usually at least 2, and sometimes 3, and even a full set 4 of any given card, any given, you know, powerful card. You know, the deck builders, the deck tech guys, you know, you'll find them online a lot. They go through their tech decks and tell you how to build this deck for so much money, and they tell you how much the cards will cost you and everything. You know, most deck builders will buy cards separately from the card store. Me, I'm not even. I'm barely a beginner, and I've been trying to play, but as it is, so rather than buying separate cards just to keep up with the deck building, I don't get a chance to play that often anyway. I like to just simply collect them. It's like you know, I kind of play the lottery. So when I get a few dollars, I'll buy a few packs, or if I get really lucky and, you know, I might buy once in a great while a box of you know, like the bundle kit. I'll never buy a box of you know, the bundle boxes are like $40. That's already too much. So I did that once, but the booster pack boxes, like 36 packs, but they're like $100, $110. No. So, I'm a little frivolous, but I'm not crazy. You know, I'm not going to do it. But you know, the idea is that you know, trying to collect the cards that are perhaps in these deck techs, collecting them by sort of playing the lottery to try and get them, that sort of thing. You know, that's what I do. But being as little money as I have, I'm already spending too much on it anyway. You know. But it's fun. It's, you know, it's a relaxing thing to do. So I'll sit down and I'll get a pack and I'll sort them out and I'll stick them in sleeves. So I didn't get a chance to stick these in sleeves yet. So I just put this deck, these 3 packs that I got a few hours ago, in this box in a separate compartment here, and they're all right here. And if you watched that video, you'll see that I just literally stacked them up the way I picked them up. So I got these 3 lands, of course, one land in each pack, right? Which I need to put in plastic sleeves. Now I'm running out of these cheap sleeves. They call them penny sleeves. So let me just put this down for a minute. So the first thing I want to protect is the somewhat valuable lands, the never before seen borderless full art lands, the artist name being John Avon. So I got a few of these sleeves left. We'll see how many. We'll see if I run out before I finish putting this pack away. I only sleeve, like, you know, the rares and foils. But with the unstable set, you got the foil tokens, and even though they're not really worth anything, it's just the idea that they're foils, and maybe if I live to be 100, they'll be worth something. So it looks like I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It looks like I got a dozen or so sleeves left. So maybe I'll have enough for this particular set. So let's go ahead and start. Let's take a look at that before I put the sleeve on it. Let's let it focus. Having a little trouble focusing, are we? Well, now, sometimes it has trouble and sometimes it doesn't. Okay, now it's going to go focus. There we go. So, this is the plains, which is the white cards, the white mana. Okay, So we're going to go ahead and stick that in a sleeve. It's hard to do when I'm holding it up in the air. Just trying to get you to see it. So there's a penny sleeve. That's all I put them in. I put them in a penny sleeve. And drop them. Okay. So, and then I open up the book to the page where the planes are. And I've only got one other planes. So now I've got two. And I did mention earlier that I thought I only had one island, and it turns out that it's the planes that I only have one of. The islands I have four. And it might, do I have another one? No, I don't have another one, but it turns out that I have four islands. So those might be the ones that are worth more. I don't know why or if that's true. I haven't really looked it up. And I told you before that my swamp was the swamp was my favorite of these because I thought it was the most interesting. Come on now, focus, please. Pretty please. Come on. Are you kidding me? How about if I turn on the light? There we go. Okay, that's just too much light. So, yeah, that's the swamp. Very nice painting. See how he uses the light to give it depth. Okay. So we'll put that in a sleeve. And we'll put that with the swamps. And I now have 6 of those. Now, again, you know, the set is 4, but not when it comes to lands. You always need more than 4 lands of any given color, usually. You know, whatever your deck consists of. You might. I have a lot of monocolored decks, but usually you have 2 or more colors. And generally speaking, you're going to need more than 4 of each color. A lot of people are making sure that they get enough of these full art lands, and they're playing all these just to make their deck look cool. And the other one I got in today's purchase was the forest. Yeah, let me see if this thing is going to start cooperating and focus. There we go. It's loosening up now. Pretty nice, huh? So let's go ahead and put that in a sleeve. And again, you know, this may be a frivolous sort of video, but again, this is a begathon. I'm begging for subscriptions. I'm hoping that my current subscribers will help me out by asking their friends to subscribe to me, and of course, you know, starting from this subscribe-a-thon or subscription begathon, anybody who subscribes to me for this reason will immediately, as soon as I get the notification that somebody subscribed to me, I immediately subscribe back to return the favor, because chances are that you're in the same boat I am. There's some of you, I think one of you had almost 900, I think 900 and something. I subscribed back, so he's on his way, or she, I don't know which. And the painter guy, the older man, he's probably in his 40s, I guess. He had just 700 something. So he's got a long way to go. If he's under the same rules, I don't know. He's probably in Great Britain, so I don't know if the rules apply there the same way. But in any case, I do subscribe back immediately, and you know, hopefully we'll all make that goal. All of us that haven't reached 1,000, and YouTube is throwing out of the monetary fix by the 20th. Hopefully we'll all help each other out by getting subscribers. Okay, so to continue, right now I have the foil tokens, but I think I'm going to save them for. Oops, they are foil, but they're really not worth much. They're tokens. However, seeing as how 2 of them are tokens with a full art on the back, I'll sleeve them first. I'll leave the 3rd token without the art on the back for last. Put that away for a moment. Again, it's the, I'm an old man, so it's the art that I'm interested in. And I love the idea that, first of all, that's a foil. Let's get that to focus. Please, come on, camera. Or maybe it's the computer that doesn't like it or something, I don't know. Focus. Cheese and rice, come on now. Are you kidding me? There we go. So that's, as you can see, that's a foil. And on the back of these particular ones, we got the borderless full art, full art token of the beast. Okay, so we'll go ahead and stick that in there. And in your comments during this begathon, if you have your suggestions, if it is the chest that you like, and I will be doing more chests. In fact, just before I turned on this video, I was looking at that Chessmaster software again, trying to remember how it was that I created the character, the cheat character that I used, the rate booster character, and I tried to load a new chess engine, and some of the chess engines the Chessmaster doesn't like, and some of them it does. So I found out how to do it. I found out where it was. It was in the if any of you were watching that video where I was trying to do that, in the non-rated game section, the training mode. That's what it was. It was training mode, and then you go up to the menu on top, the menu bar, you go into game or something like that, and then you pull down the menu, and in that menu is load a Winboard engine or create a character or both. So that's where that was, and I couldn't find it when I couldn't remember where it was. It was so many years that I had done that. And I'm looking for an empty space, and it turns out that I don't have any empty spaces for this token. So we're going to have to move a page, an empty page. Let me see. Yeah, we're going to have to find an empty page for something here. Yeah, I got plenty in the back here. Let's go ahead and pull one out. See these here notebook, binder sleeve page things. You buy 5 for $1. So we're going to go ahead and add a page right here. I know you can't see it, but I basically moved an empty page into the middle of something. Okay, so that one goes there. And we'll take one more sleeve. And again, I'm not exactly perfectly organized either. Sooner or later, I'm going to want to, for example, put the tokens with the full art on the back in a section by itself, separated from the ones without the full art on the back, with just some stupid advertising or something. And so right now, I just put those two here, top of here. I know it's like glaring. I'm trying to get out the glare. And on the back of those, if you turn the page, you'll see that the back of it has the full art. But unfortunately, as you can see on the back of the page before it, some of them are just tokens without the full art, and some of them have the full art. Okay, and you can see I have the same one on top and bottom on that one, so I got to find a way to put them together. So it's a bit disorganized. One of the coolest artwork is this angel character. This one here. See if I can bring that one and see it at the same time. The front of that, and again, it's a foil. That's all the tokens on the unstable are foil. The spirit, that angel spirit, and there it is in the middle there. Okay, so the idea that, like I said, I told Matthew Beal that in the comment that, you know, my book is a bit disorganized. It's got some mixed up. In other words, I don't have the full arts with the full arts. I don't have, so it's a little mixed up. But I'll work on that sooner or later. See, here's another example. The page before it, it's got a few full arts, and the other ones have this strange thing on the back. This unstable set, again, is a bit whimsical, childish. If you're an old man like me, when I was a kid, we used to have the Garbage Patch Kids. I never really got into it, but this set kind of reminds me of some of it. It kind of reminds me of that because it's silly. All right, so the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to leave that last token. Focus. Rogue token, which does not have a full art on the back, but it is a foil, like all the tokens in Unstable. But it has some, something silly on the back. I'm going to leave that for last. And I'm going to work on the other rares. Let me see. Okay, so we have the regular rares. 1, 2, we should have 3. Okay, so the regular, again, this set has odd, like 3 different kinds of borders. So it's an odd set. The contraptions have their own border. Okay, so these are the 3 rares that I got out of the 3 packs. Insight. So Insight, meaning like incite violence, incite riot, INCITE. Insight, as in retrospect, as in being able to see something, got a clue to something. So insight. It's kind of, again, this set is whimsical and it's silly, and I haven't figured it out at all. I just really got it for the full art lands, and I'm trying to get the foil lands because they were worth $100 when Earl of Squirrel. Okay, is the second rare. Come on, focus. Oh, this is going to drive me absolutely bonkers. Well, I'm not going to dwell on it. And Mary O'Kill is the third. Let me see if I can get this thing to focus immediately. Okay, there we go. Okay, so those are the 3 rares. So we'll go ahead and sleeve those. Then I've got one rare contraption. as you know, the normal rares on the Magic the Gathering cards have that oval hologram foil thing on the bottom. But the contraption rares don't have that. You just have to spot it. So please subscribe. Help me reach my 1,000 mark. Actually, they tell me I have to surpass it, because you know how subscriptions go; they come and go. So I can reach 1,000, then it might drop one, or it might drop two, and then gain another two. So the idea is to reach above and beyond the 1,000, so that even if I lose a couple subscribers, which happens, I unsubscribe to some people sometimes. Okay, so there we go. We got 3 sleeved rares, and so the email specifically said something about surpassing or going beyond the threshold. Let me see if I have this right. No. Okay, so where's my regular rares? These are foils. Okay, these are the contraptions. Oh, okay. It looks like I'm glad I only have one more rare contraption, because I want to show you those too in a minute. Because actually, some of them are actually mythics. They're not just rares. Okay, so do I have room for 3 rares here? There's 1. There's 2. Yes, I have a page already set up for it. I'm going to just put that right in the middle of the page. Okay. When I get 2 of the same one, I'll do this. Let me see if I can do this right. Okay, so you see this one here. Whoop, can't see that one there. If you see this one here, doesn't really matter what it is. It's a rare or whatever. But I have another one. So I'll flip it over and put it in the same slot. And you can see it on the back too. So I have 2. So I know I have 2 of those. If I have more than 2, I have to put another, because no more than 2 should really fit in one slot. Okay, so then I have some sleeves left. I'll go ahead and sleeve the other token, and I'm also going to sleeve the rare contraption called Dual Doom Suits. I'm sorry, I gotta laugh at these. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and get a couple of sleeves ready. So your comments, as hopefully that you're subscribing to me, let me know not only whether or not you want to see some more chess videos. Come on, refocus. There we go. But also let me know, what videos you would like to see, if you'd like me to do any more Magic the Gathering and things like that. I am going to go back to the chess as soon as I figure out what kind of content. The chess academies, I cover just about everything I can think of covering. I'm no master, but I can certainly teach beginning chess, the principles, basic principles and stuff like that. I have people at the chess club, mostly kids, who I started, but just last week, I didn't go tonight, by the way, it's chess night, but I didn't go tonight because of something I'm busy with, not just this. For example, there was a new kid, and his father was the one that didn't know how to play very well. This kid was already fairly advanced. I played him a game, and we got to the end of the game. It was a king pawn and end game, and basically my skills in chess were being tasked, and trust me, there's kids in there that'll actually do better than that. So I really didn't have the ability to teach this kid anymore. His father, on the other hand, I could probably, set him straight with what he doesn't know. So, it's interesting. I enjoy teaching the game, especially if it's young people. I enjoy teaching the game. Teaching adults is a little bit different, but let me find where I'm supposed to put this now. Okay, so any open slot. Oh, these are contraptions. I'm already past the slot of the. Okay, well, now I'm going to put this in right away. But I want to say that some of these are not just rares; they're mythics. So that's another disorganized thing I have here. Oh wait, I have a spot for the. Okay, let me just put the token in first. Okay, that's fine. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and put this in here. But it's another thing I have to do is I have to organize the mythics from the rares. I don't know if I can get you to see this through the glare of all the plastic that's over this because there's 2 layers of plastic over it. But let me see if I stand up, maybe I can see it better. Well, I'll tell you what, let me look at it first. Yeah, there's 2 next to each other, and then the 2 on the outside are mythics. Okay, I got it. So, just like any other Magic the Gathering card, if I can get it to focus first. Okay, so the color of the symbol tells you if it's a rare. There it goes. An uncommon is basically a bluish silver, and a mythic, which is orange in color. Okay, so you can see I have the rares are gold. So you can see I have the gold. I have the rares and the mythics kind of like bunched together. So that's something else I have to work on. I have it in my other book. I'm going to show you quickly, if I can, how I started to organize some of the sets that way, but I didn't organize all the sets that way. I started out, putting them in the book, and then after a while I decided to try and sort them out better, and I had to go back and do the older sets or whatever, and I'm trying to get it to focus again. Oh well, in its time. And some of the sets I didn't organize that way. The same thing with, oh jeez. Focus. Okay. Not okay. I don't care anymore. Sooner or later it'll focus. So, while I'm getting this camera to focus, I'll tell you that I have boxes of cards that are also I'm trying to sort out. I can't believe this computer is really trying too hard to really piss me off. Okay, anyway. So I was also doing, as Matthew Beal asked about the sets, I started to sort them out as, four card sets. And I have them sorted out in some of them, but not quite in all of them. So that's another thing that is a bit disorganized. And this goddamn thing is going to focus if I have to smash it on the floor. Okay. So, for example, the new set, Rivals of Exelon, I do have it sorted out that way. Let me just make sure I'm speaking the truth here. Well, maybe not. Okay, so the Exelon then. Okay, yeah, so Exelon, I do have it sorted out that way. I started to put all the mythics together and then the rares afterwards. So, for example, I got one full page of mythics on Exelon. And I even started to price them, but by now the prices have gone down. So you can see the orange color of the symbol. Hopefully it'll focus for me. Please. I don't believe this camera. This computer is probably stuck on something. I'll leave it there for a few seconds. I don't want this video to be forever. Okay, that's better. So you can see the orange color. So that's a page, 9 mythics that I actually have on the Ixalan set. So they're usually worth more money, Like that one you might have seen was worth $30 at one time anyway. And then the next page starts just the general rares. See? And you can probably see the gold color on the symbols there. Okay? That's just an example. But again, the full sets is because the rules are you can't have more than 4 copies of any one card in your deck, and the deck has to be, in a standard deck, has to be at least 60 cards, and it's generally known that 4 cards being the maximum of a card that you can have is considered the full set. And there are many decks that are built specifically to have 4, 3 and 4 of some of the cards, depending on how it works. And technically speaking, I couldn't tell you. There's plenty of people on YouTube. In fact, I subscribe to a couple of them that run through the deck tech faster than I could even comprehend. It's like learning how to play chess from scratch, because it is that complicated. They say, yeah, just read the card, and and just do it exactly what it says. Yeah, right. And then you do the battle and you try to resolve, and it's like so confusing. And like I said, I'll just give you an example. I'll just read any one of these cards. Yeah, I'll just flip open. First, you got to know like some of the mechanics. Like some cards have these specific mechanics. This one has menace. What the hell is menace, right? Menace is let me see. I forgot what menace. Yeah, I forgot what it meant. It has something. It can only be attacked by 2 or more creatures. I don't know. In any case, or does it? See, I forget now. All right. So whenever Phantom Fleet Captain attacks, if you control another non-token pirate, you may pay 2 mana. If you do, create a 2/2 black pirate creature token with menace. Okay. So, it's like you got to memorize this stuff. It's like learning how to play chess. Okay, so I mean, anyway, that's for anybody out there who has no idea what this game is about. It is a young sort of game. It's a young person's game. The box, when you buy them, they say ages 13 and up. Yes, my clock is chiming 10. Yeah, so it's ages 13 and up. But what I usually tell people is I think it should be ages 8 to 38. Because after 38, it becomes a childish thing. And here I'm 58, and I'm doing it. So it's like I said, though, it's a kind of like a lottery thing. A little bit of baseball card thing. While I got this book open, I want to show you the Rivals of Ixalan. You buy a deck. You buy a what do they call that? A pre-release kit, and you build a deck out of the 6 packs of cards. And in that kit is the promo card foil. And this was mine. This was the one I got. It's always at least a rare. It will focus. It will focus. Damn. Oh. Okay, so this is the one that I got. It is a foil. you know, they always give you a foil rare. You can see the date on it is stamped January 13 to 14, 2018, right? And sometimes some people get a really good one. Some people got the Planeswalker, you know, the Mythic. I just got this one. It's not a bad card. I don't know. It's not worth much, but it's. What I do is I keep them in. I got two. I got one from this one. I got one from Exelon. That was originally worth $25. I taped it to this, but I'm gonna untape it just to show you. I've got more than one of these, but the promo is the foil. I've got more than one hostage taker. This is the Exelon pre-release kit rare that I got. As soon as I get it to focus, I've got more than one of these cards, but not more than one foil. I've only got the one foil. Okay, and as you can see, when it first came out, it was worth $25. It is less now. It's probably down to $12 or $15, but and it depends if it's ever been played or not. So just like, you know, those weird people who collect toys that are still in their box and they're worth a lot more, I intend to keep this in its package, and it's in its plastic wrap, sealed, so that maybe in 10 years from now it'll suddenly say, hey, anybody's collecting these, I want one that's not been opened. Because there are people that take these and build their decks out of them and play them, and they don't care. You know, maybe they got a lot of money. So, okay, so we're just going to check the rest of this deck out to make sure that it's... well, I got the uncommons. Okay, I got two here. Should be three. I don't know what happened to the other one. Oh, there. Okay. Well, the rest of these are okay. So the on this strange deck, these contraptions have these things on the back, which is supposed to mark. Then these other uncommons, as I mentioned before, uncommons, for those of you who never played this and didn't know what it's about, for Matthew Beal, I think you said you didn't know anything about it. You can see that as soon as I get it to focus, there it is. You can see the wrench on that. It's kind of a silver blue. So that's what they call an uncommon. And on the bottom of it, you'll see the little letter U. It stands for uncommon. Okay. And the artwork, by the way, is also mentioned. Focus, refocus, damn it. This one is Mike Burns. So Mike Burns did the artwork on this. So they have their art, you know, they sign their art. And you can see the symbol on the bottom is like a little paintbrush kind of thing. Okay. So they sign their art. Let me see if I can find some interesting art to show you. Ah, there's some interesting art. A crow storm. Look at that. Let's find out who that is. I can't see it. You know, I put it up on the screen. I get the camera to focus and I can see it. Okay. So that's pretty interesting art, right? So the artist on this one is Y.W. Tang. Okay. Let's just fish through these a little bit. See if we can find something else that's interesting. That's not even an... let me see. This is a whimsical set, so the artwork is usually much more whimsical. But nevertheless, you get some very interesting art. Let me see. Something that's really interesting. It's whimsical, it's cartoonish, but it's I like it. It's not something I would hang on my wall, but focus. Focus. Biatch, focus. Are you kidding me? Hey, hallelujah. So it's a spider monkey scientist. Again, with the whimsicalness. That little symbol on the bottom in the writing, that's supposed to mean something. I don't know what it means. As you can see, it's a common. As you can see, the little letter C. The artist's name is Dimitri Burmak. I'm not holding my hand steady enough. Yeah, Burmak. So Dimitri Burmak did this, and here's the artwork. Interesting art. I mean, it's definitely cartoon, but it's interesting nevertheless. Very detailed. If you look at it carefully, you can see the shelves in the background loaded with, you know, various instruments or whatever. And, you know, I would say... So, I mean, I'm really in it for the art, and not specifically the art of this particular set, because like I said, this particular set is too whimsical for my artistic taste. But that doesn't mean it's not good art. Matt Dixon. Cartoon, but interesting. Defective Detective. So, that's that set. And then also, I normally would now separate these into colors. So you have, for example, up on top there, that's black. 3 of any color in black. You can see on the corner, you know, encircled with the skull kind of. That stands for black. So, you know, if I just pull any other one out, you know, you can see the red fire. So I usually separate them by color. The color is mana color. Mana is land. So I'm not going to separate that on video for you, because I would have to put out a larger table and deal them out, you know, that sort of thing. But I did want to show you, because Matthew Beal did ask. And that's a very small collection that I've got. Besides what's in the book, that's the rest of my collection. You know, that's it. That's all there is on that particular set, the Unstable. The goal for the Unstable, of course, is to collect the foil borderless lands. And that would be... And I may be able to sell them. You know? I got a box of full sets of mostly commons and some uncommons that I'm trying to sell back to the store, but some stores don't buy the bulk. You know, they want a full set. They want you know, thousands of cards all at once. They don't want to buy a box of a couple of hundred. You know, but maybe I could find a player who's interested in full sets of something. You know, they're not worth a whole lot of money. Most of the commons are like a quarter, 25 cents. You know, maybe 20 cents. Some of them might be worth $0.50, you know. If I get lucky, maybe some of them are worth $1. But mostly I enjoy just seeing if I can pull out the prize. Actually, my prize possession, and I've only got one. You know, during the Amonkhet sets, they were coming out with these, what do they call them? Invocations, or... whatever they call them. So they had these hieroglyphic looking writing, and most people didn't like them because they're ugly as sin. You know, the writing is ridiculous. But this card was worth $35 when it first came out, and I do have one. This is my Amonkhet set. I'll get to it as soon as I find it. There it is. No, it was worth $40. And I'm going to pull it out so that I don't give you all that reflection, because it is a foil. Masterpiece, that's what they call it. They call it a masterpiece. It is a foil. And it's the only one I've got. It's No Mercy. Try as I may, I never got another one. And believe it or not, I got this one as soon as I get it to focus. I got this one at Walmart. I bought a pack and there it was. So I got real lucky with this one. It will focus if I smack the camera upside its head. Come on! Are you kidding me? Oh, this is unreal. Yeah, the video isn't long enough. I want to make it longer by waiting for it to focus. If I tap the camera a little bit. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Oh, man. Oh, this has gone too far. Ah, that's what it is. It's the lighting. Okay, that's fine. Look at the colors after in the reflection of the foil. Okay, now we turn it this way, and hopefully it won't unfocus. So you can see the hieroglyphic stuff is just ridiculous looking. It looks kind of ugly. But it is, whenever a creature deals damage to you, destroy it! It's called No Mercy. And it's the only one I've got. And it was worth, at the time, $40, $39.99. So, there you have it. I'm tired of holding my arm up, trying to get this thing to focus. So, please subscribe. Any of your friends who have YouTube monetized channels that were having gone through the same trouble, don't hesitate to ask them to subscribe to me, and I will return the favor. Especially if they have good content. I may look at their channel and share. Maybe I'll get them some more subscribers. Things like that. I'm going to end this video because it's already taken too long. A lot of the time was taken trying to get this stupid thing to focus. I'm going to make an attempt at doing some more chess. The astronomy thing, some of you who know my channel from doing some astronomy stuff, especially projecting the sun, it is winter. I'm not going to be doing that anytime soon. In addition, I didn't get a lot of views on that. There were some people during the eclipse, though. People went crazy. My channel took off during the eclipse, and then when the eclipse was over, that was the end of it. So, but and this thing's not going to focus again. So, there we go. Thank you. So, I don't know. The storytelling, I might revisit that too, but that's another difficult thing. When I tried it, I found that my failing eyesight is causing me to read worse than I used to read in the 4th grade. But maybe if I read a story by myself, I'm going to use the David R. Grigg book, which is the one I got permission to read the stories out of him. I haven't done it since last year. Maybe if I read the story over by myself, make sure I know it. I got new lighting in here and stuff like that, so maybe I can find a way to be able to do that. Aside from floaters and stuff, my eye, one of my eyes is a lazy eye. As long as the light's bright enough and the page is not glaring at me, I'm not necessarily have a problem with that so much as my eyes don't cooperate, especially when you're trying to read. And they have a habit of, slightly doubling, kind of like, not really like cross-eyed, but more my right eye doesn't quite like to line up all the time, especially when I'm moving them back and forth trying to read. So that's a problem. Distance is not really a problem, but it's a long story. But the point is that I literally used to read faster in the 4th grade. But I read that email off my screen pretty fast. That's because I read it before, and it was somewhat magnified, and I had it set so that I can read it easily. If I could just read books like that, stories like that, holding it in my hand, it would be something. So I have the playlist, story time or time to read, or both. Um, that was supposed to be for that, and it never really took off. I kind of got embarrassed over the idea that I couldn't seem to stop stuttering it or saying words wrong or whatever, and and a large portion of that was because I found that I really need to have very bright light, and it's not conducive to camera either. All right, so let me let you go. This is a long video, too long, and thank you again for subscribing. Please tell your friends, whoever has a YouTube channel, that they're also trying to make the goal of 1,000. I'm only one subscriber, but I will reciprocate, and I will try to share any interesting content that the new subscribers have, and try to get them some more subscribers at the same time. We'll do it that way. We'll kick YouTube in the butt if we can. Otherwise, not that I make a lot of money, because I don't. It's nothing. But at least I'm trying to do something, and I wouldn't give up, trying to make educational videos so much, except that even though it's pittance for money, at least it's some kind of incentive that I might be able to get it better. I might be able to do it better, or so one day it might take off. I've had this YouTube channel for years, but maybe one day I hit it right, and I'll make some money on it or something, without any incentive at all whatsoever, even if it's just pennies. The incentive means a lot, even if it's just pennies, and I might just get lazy on it, and I might lose my subscribers. And so let's see if I can not be lazy and try to get those subscribers, and hope that YouTube doesn't chop off my nose to spite my face. Thank you very much. Please subscribe and share and like and all that sort of thing. Thank you.